Yo, 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 what time is it? It's time for the Eto Podcast. Joe Rodriguez here with my good buddy, El Super Mojado. What's up, Super?
What's up, Joe? Let's get this game on the road, man.
Yeah, we got to get the party started. Here we are coming to you from Bristol, Connecticut, as always. And Super, the first thing that I want to talk about is last night's matchup, or late afternoon, I should say. We were there, Philadelphia Union taking on the New York Red Bulls. It was an incredible matchup with a crazy atmosphere. I got to give kudos to the city of Philadelphia for just putting it down. I mean, it was raining, it was pouring, but the people still showed up, man.
Oh yes, full packed stadium, and what a better game to give the fans, right? I mean, it was intense. What a comeback from the Union, dude. That was impressive with the goal. The goal didn't, you know. I lost words, dude. I lost words.
You're lost of words. That's all I can say, man. Yeah. You know what? Okay. Yeah. It appeared as though that was a golazo, to be honest. But
I know what you're gonna say.
It did deflect.
I know what you're gonna say, but it was a golazo, regardless of the deflection. It's part of it's part of the game. People score goals. As the sometimes deflected like that, but it was just that it looked as if he tried it that way.
From
right?
the angle, it did appear as
Yes.
though like it was something that was orchestrated by him.
And
Well, let's be real. It was deflected.
yes.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They talked about this after the game. It is the most important goal in the history of the Philadelphia Union.
Yes.
So Marco Fabian is going to go down in history as the guy who gave them their first playoff victory ever.
I know, man, and it happened right in front of me. That dude was right there, only feet away from me. I saw the whole thing go down, and I got some awesome shots.
Yeah, you did.
As you
Yeah, you did.
you seen them, and yeah, it was perfect. He didn't start the game. He went in the extra time, but he was patient. We were right there taking pictures as he was warming up. And you could see him like he was really into the game, watching it, just waiting patiently for his turn. And when it came, he delivered. It was perfect.
Yeah, he did. You got to give him credit because he ended up delivering. And we actually want to play a little bit of the press conference from Jim Curtin yesterday. One of the reporters actually asked him about Marco Fabian, and his answer was really interesting. So we want you guys to listen to it, and let's just play it. There you have it. So, Super, again, giving kudos to Marco. Jim Curtin saying that if anybody wants to criticize Marco, they shouldn't. They should actually criticize him because he's the one that's actually not putting him in the game. So you were telling me something interesting yesterday. As we were watching him on the sidelines, right, as he was warming up, it almost appeared as though he wasn't there, almost like a little sad, though, right?
Yeah.
Tell me tell the audience what you told me yesterday.
Well, what I saw is like, and even today, I don't know if you saw that he posted a message in Instagram. He said that it was an unbelievable night, right? That he will never forget this night and what it meant for the team, and it was all thanks to his his co-players, his
Right.
his team,
Yep.
and he said, with all the internal problems that there is, because there's something going on internally,
Yeah.
because and obviously we will never find out, because I don't think he's happy in the team. There's something that obviously he didn't have a good season. He got injured a couple times, and then when we went to that game with LAFC against LAFC, he didn't play because of he got punished for whatever reason. He didn't show up to the meeting, right? That's what we heard.
Right.
But there's something there. I don't know if there's no connection with the coach. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he is not his favorite person to put into the game, and but like I said, he looked as if
He didn't want to be there, really.
yeah, as
Yeah.
if he wasn't even gonna play. I think he thought he wasn't gonna go in.
Yeah, it almost appeared for a second though as though he was not going to play, and
Yeah.
and obviously if it wouldn't have been for the extra time, he probably wouldn't have played.
Yeah.
But also like he's had some mishaps of his own because remember he missed that little team meeting, so because of that he didn't go to the game where when they played against LAFC.
Yeah.
So little moments like that obviously don't help. But the one good thing that came out of this was the fact that he showcased once again that he is an important an important piece of the team, and that he's a game changer. All it takes is just one play, he changes a game, and that's that. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see more of him against Atlanta United.
Yes, and it was perfect. I mean, we called it. We did our preview, game preview, and we hit the nail on the head. You said they were gonna win in overtime, and I told you, all Marco Fabian needs is a few seconds, and he can change a game, and he did. And congratulations, Marco. It's awesome.
Yeah, so that means that they moved on, and again, they're going to be taking on Atlanta United. It's going to be a really difficult matchup for them. And on the other side of the Eastern Conference, it's the Toronto FC taking on New York City FC. So that's also going to be a pretty good matchup. Now, in the Western Conference, the LA Galaxy with a very, very important win yesterday as well on the road against Minnesota. I was actually listening to the game on our way back from Philly, and I tell you this much. It appeared as though Minnesota had a bunch of opportunities to take it home. They had you just kept on hearing the announcer go time and time again, Minnesota with an opportunity, and they hits the woodwork. And, obviously, I couldn't see it, but as I'm listening to the announcer just talk about the game or narrate it, I was just like, holy smokes, it's just a matter of time before these guys score. But then also I was thinking, if they don't score, then what's going to happen is that the Galaxy is just going to take over, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So I think it was what's his name, Leggett, who ended up scoring first.
Yes, and
then Jonathan with that goal. So obviously I saw that after the fact. But Galaxy against LAFC, man.
Dude, what everyone wanted, it's gonna be the game of this stage. So all the eyes are gonna be in LA this Thursday. So
absolutely. So I think that the El Tráfico is definitely something that the league wanted. El Tráfico is something that everybody, I think, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of the MLS fans understand the magnitude of the game because of the star power that it brings. You bring Carlos Vela, who led the league in scoring, then Zlatan, a worldwide phenomenon, He's just out of this world. So now we get El Tráfico for the third time this season, and we all know what happened in the two matchups in the regular season. The last one they just had at LAFC at Bank of California Stadium. Incredible atmosphere, so you can expect the house to be rocking. And then for that reason, actually, now we're going to bring in our ETO contributor, Luis Bravo, who has been following LAFC very closely this season. And Luis is going to talk to us about LAFC and the expectations from then this weekend. I mean, this actually Thursday, not even this weekend.
Yeah, no, it's Thursday, man. It's that playoffs is getting so it's coming to you quick.
So Luis, First of all, welcome to the Eto Podcast. And I want you to tell us, man, are the LAFC guys nervous to be playing the Galaxy?
Luis,
Hey,
are you there?
We can barely hear you, Luis. Get closer to your microphone. No, you got to talk a little bit closer to it. Microphone
Oh, come
problems.
on. This is what happens when you go live.
That's what happens.
Technical
when you go live.
difficulties. All right, let's
All right,
let's see if
so
he can come over.
Let's see if he can continue. In the meantime,
Yeah.
super.
Well, listen, man. This game is gonna be just another part of this big rivalry that is forming, in this league, and it almost brings me to like Manchester United against Manchester City. That's a huge,
Wow, you're
Atletico de Madrid
the people
versus
from across
Real
the pond,
Madrid, man.
The people from across the pond are gonna throw a brick at you for even making that comparison.
Listen, man, we don't have we're so far away from there that we just gotta make something of our own here, But really, man, this game it has delivered what the fans want. It gives you everything: goals and
drama,
intensity. Yeah, drama. Like even Zlatan dishing it out there for hitting Bella like left and right. He doesn't like the comparisons. But who, in your opinion, who was the better player this season for the league?
Yeah, I mean,
Zlatan or Bella?
It's hard to argue against Vela. So I got to say Vela. But the thing is that Zlatan, game changer as well.
I know.
All it takes is just one play for him to be able to just make it through and make an impact. That's it.
And this is LAFC's opportunity to take everything back.
Yeah,
they haven't been able to beat them, and now what a perfect stage to beat them then in the semifinals and get rid of that spinita that they have.
Yeah. Let's try with Luis once again. Hey, Luis, let's see if you fixed your microphone, dude.
Oh, we hear you a
we can
little
barely
bit.
hear you. I don't know why, man. There's some technical issues going on with you. Let's try. We tried already cranking you up all the way up, dude, and still nothing. I think
Luis,
it must be the LA Galaxy that the fans that just don't want to hear what you have to say about that. Who knows what's going on? We'll try once again in a little while, but we gotta welcome somebody else into to the show. Luis Perez, he's joining us. I see that for the first time in a couple of weeks, he's been on a little hiatus.
He's been hiding, man. I don't know. Did he go on vacation on a cruise, maybe?
I know. Hopefully, we don't have technical difficulties with that guy. Luis, what's up, dude? Oh, okay. So then, you know what? It must not be them. It must be us. We're the ones.
Oh, okay. All right. We got to fix this little... Where's our producer? You know? Where's our, anybody seen the producer around here?
The producer's nowhere to be found.
All right. Well, we got to fix these errors, but yeah.
We'll make sure we make that adjustment. So continue in the meantime, Super, going back to what you were saying.
Well, yeah, I was telling you, man, this is the LAFC's opportunity to get rid of all that, bad, vibe and just put everything into the game. They have everything all the records that they created this season. It's their time to put the little cereza on top of the cake, and listen, if they get eliminated in this round, none of that is gonna matter, it's just they have to win. They have to win.
They absolutely have to win because the pressure's on them. And, after breaking all the records, it's going to be an embarrassment for them not to come out on top. So you can expect that the pressure for this game is going to be absolutely on LAFC. I think the Galaxy, like they feel like they have their number, and that doesn't matter to them. To them, it's like, hey, we already won, 6 titles. We already beaten you so many times. You guys have never beaten us, so we have nothing to lose.
Oh yeah, and they have to take advantage of that LA Galaxy's defensive errors. They have a weak defensive, uh, a weak defense. So they just have to take advantage of that, and especially because LAFC, uh, their offense is so great. I don't know what happens when they face LA Galaxy. You know, it's like they had that record also with how many goals did they score? I'm trying to let me see if I can find that, but uh, it was a new record, right, for the
Yeah.
league. So I mean, like I said, they have everything to do it. They just
Yeah.
have to get in.
They were breaking records left and right. That's for sure. So, it's something that these guys just ended up doing, and at the end of the day, that's how it ended up going down. But again, everybody's a little surprised that LAX. I shouldn't say that they're a little surprised. I think a lot of people are surprised that they ended up breaking all these records because it's only their second season, if you think about it, right?
Yeah, but Atlanta did it. Atlanta did it on their second season. So now it's you know LAFC has a great team, and that's what it's all about. That is, they're even Bella says that we play as a team, and all it matters is for us to win, not for individual records. He said that he didn't care about those. He was a little contradictory. Sometimes he said he didn't care. Sometimes he meant to. He wanted to break all those records. So, but like I said, they have great players in all lines of their the field. So it's just like I said, they have the perfect opportunity to go on top and finish what they started. Because it's like I said, it will not matter. Nobody will remember everything that they did. They only gonna remember the champion. Just like what happened with Leon in Liga MX last year.
Right.
They broke all those records, but who remembers that
Right,
now?
right, of course. All right, let's try to see if we can go 3 for 3 here with
All
the
right.
technical difficulties. We're gonna try to bring in Sebastian Falcon. Sebastian, let's see if you can hear us and we can hear you well, man.
There
you go.
There you go. You gotta hit your celebratory there.
There you go. Yeah.
There you.
What's up, Sebastian? Good, man. Hey, so before we dive into Liga MX, which is one of the reasons why we brought you on board, give me your quick thoughts on LAFC versus the Galaxy, man, El Tráfico again. Yeah, the expectation for that game is definitely through the roof. So we're gonna see how things end up, going for that game. So, Super, do you want to switch gears now? Do you want to talk about Liga MX now, or do we have more things to talk about?
No, well, let's talk about Liga MX right now and see if
we
we can wait for these guys to fix their technical difficulties.
Okay, so let's talk Liga MX then.
Listen, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
This week in Liga MX, it gave us a little bit of everything, dude. Everything. I mean, Sebastian, I don't know. What do you want to start with? We got Veracruz, San Luis. We got. Let's start with the Veracruz Tigres. Yeah. Yes, Veracruz Tigres. Yeah. 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 Well, I think it was a miscommunication, right? I mean, they say that Veracruz players said that they agreed on 3 minutes, and Tigres said that they agreed on 1 minute. But what I've heard too is like, even though whatever, if it was a confusion there, if you don't see that the other team is moving, why are you gonna go and score the goals? You know, it's they should just they should have just respected it, and until they started playing, then that's when they should have started scoring, you know. But Guignac actually put out a message today, and
Yeah, read that. I don't know, man. I don't.
What a way to what a way to do that, though, right?
it,
Ironic in a way.
it's like a stain on his career and his record, you know. It's even though if even if he didn't, if it meant it or not, it, you know, throw it out of bounds. Why are you trying to, like, if he said, "Oh, I was just trying to send it to like the sideline, the goal line," but just, or pass it. Right? Yeah, that's what I.
Right.
Well, well, yeah, I agree with you. You know, and that's part of the issue. That's why they're doing this, though, and and that's why it was just a big, like, Tigres. They should have just passed the ball around. Don't even try sending the ball towards the goal. That's what It's like, it's almost like they took advantage of the situation. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, they should have just passed around like they were practicing. You know, whatever. Even if they try to score or not. Like I said, don't do good things that look bad. That's what You know.
Yeah. I think that a lot of the things that people are forgetting also are that, and I know that Sebastian mentioned this briefly. It's a much bigger situation, than what we see just on the surface, right?
Yeah, but don't make it worse, right?
No,
Like, yeah.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but what's happening is that it's just tarnishing Liga MX, because it doesn't matter that you have Monterrey and you have like these teams that have a lot of money that are willing to pay some of these players, but all it takes is just one to ruin your reputation at the end of the day.
Yeah, that happens everywhere, dude. I mean, it takes one.
Well,
But
no,
yeah,
it doesn't
and
happen. It doesn't happen everywhere, super.
No, I'm saying like it happened. I'm not talking like just like in soccer, but
Yeah.
in many situations.
You mean in Mexico? It happens in a lot of
in
situations in Mexico.
Here in U.S., we got different issues where one person ruins it for the rest, and but I mean, not to jump too much into it, but look what happened in San Luis.
Yeah.
Now everybody's is gonna talk about the Querétaro fans, but they're not. It's only a group of people that were all crazy. So, but that's a whole nother subject that we got to jump into. And
right, Sebastian, you got any final words? Right. Oh, we
we
ended up
lost
getting
him.
I think we ended up getting a Skype call, and we ended up clipping. So that's what you call live podcasting,
right?
Sebastian, I think we
can
lost
try
you,
to
man.
get him
Did we
back.
get Lewis on? Did he just kick him out? Hey, Lewis, can you hear us?
Lewis, are you there?
He kicked him out, and we can't even hear
Oh
him.
man, come on.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
we can
are.
hear you, dude. Jesus, what? Man, I think you owe Sebastian an apology, dude. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's we've been having a lot of technical issues. Our producer and engineer actually both ended up
he
walking out on us. So
Yeah, he didn't show up, so
so now we got stuck with
I think he went
with
out
these
to polish
problems,
his Emmy.
Yeah, I don't know. And I apologize if apparently some people can't hear you on YouTube, or they can't hear they weren't able to hear Sebastian as well. I mean, we can hear you guys. We weren't even able to hear you guys on the podcast, so that's why we didn't even we weren't even speaking to you guys. That it was just that low. But we can hear you nice and clear. So, Luis, we were talking right now about Tigres and Veracruz and the situation, and we know that Sebastian is a huge Tigres fan, and obviously he was speaking on, I don't want to say favorable things, but he gave us a lot of insight as a Tigres fan, and also just a lot of subjective. No, I wouldn't say subjective. It was pretty objective.
No, he was pretty good. He was pretty
It
good.
was an
and
objective information.
And as a fan of Tigres, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, so I wanna get your thoughts on that before we go back to LAFC, dude. But Vargas had already scored his own goal.
yeah, that too. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
It was just Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think a lot of people, when they see stuff like that, they think right away, well, yeah, you're a little too late, dude. You
And,
already did it. You know
and
what I mean? It's like calling somebody a name and then like trying to take it back.
and what he said on his post though is like, I speak with my actions, and that's why I was a little bit surprised because I have seen Guignag be a kind of guy. He does a lot of things for the fans, a lot of things for kids. I've seen so much
The
stuff out
community,
there
yeah.
for the community. I was shocked that he did that. I was
Yeah.
really shocked, because I had another type of image of this guy because I like the guy. I like how he plays. I like all these goals and it's just like it kind of like puzzles you. It's like what happened. Why did he do this? So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the reality is though that he did it and he can't take it back. And the only thing that he can do now is just own it. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, he
That's
can
true.
own it, he can move forward. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what happened in the other dark moment in Liga MX this weekend, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean that to me is like it's really really tough to see those type of images because I was putting a video together earlier actually, and the first thing that I thought about was, man, there's like children. There's like one of the images was of a lady that was I don't know,
Yeah, and a
she got hit
stretcher?
by something on the
Yeah.
stretcher exactly, and I'm just thinking like, what the f are these people thinking, dude? Like it's just a freaking game, man.
It's the barras, man. And what do you
It's
think the
stupid, dude.
barras are conformed of? People that are careless, that they don't, they just go over there to create like desmadre,
Right,
and they're drunk probably. Who knows if what else they're taking in there?
right,
And it's just uh, the Liga should really put a stop to this.
right.
Even Jose Ramon put out a message out there. He was telling to the president of
The federation. What
the
do you?
federation, yeah,
Another federation, Liga MX.
Liga MX. Well, yeah, he also said, Bonilla, and he said, to the guy that running the selección, the guy from Televisa, what's his name?
John De Luisa.
John De Luisa.
Yeah.
If you guys, you gotta put action into do something or resign, because if you gotta take this serious.
Yeah.
Now you getting people getting hurt in the stands, and you like you said, you see children crying and getting hurt.
Yeah.
Women being carried out in stretchers. Dude,
It's tough. It's
it
tough. It's
is.
really difficult to see, especially as a Mexican person. You hate to see those type of images because it just reflects back on the league, on the country, on everything. Hey, I think we got Sebastian back. Sebastian, are you here?
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
There you go. So, doing a little bit of engineering and also producing here at the same time. Luis, we didn't lose you though, right?
Oh, Luis.
Luis Bravo, you're still there, right?
Oh man, what is this?
No, I think we still had Luis.
All right, Luis.
Anyway,
All right.
hey Sebastian, see he just probably had his mic mute.
Okay, yeah. So,
All right, so Sebastian, I wanted to go back to you. Lewis cut you off. Not it was inadvertent. He didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. Come on,
Okay.
man. Don't.
But we wanna get your thoughts. You were on your final thought, and again, being a Tigres fan, I want people to understand that what you were saying is coming as a fan, but also it was what appeared to be an objective way. Not so much as like as a
Right.
passionate fan. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at both sides of the coin. So go ahead and finish your thoughts, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I took away from here is the whole miscommunication, and then I started seeing, other teams around the league trying to kind of do the same thing and show the support to Veracruz's the team, and some other clubs around the league also did the whole 1 minute and kind of protest in that way. I know America, the owner said no, and they just didn't do it. And Necaxa wanted to, but they said no. And I think Televisa didn't want to get involved in that. That's a whole other issue. But I think
Shocker.
out of this, maybe we get like some type of players union. I know like in the NBA, the NFL, they do have some type of union. I know in other leagues they do.
Well,
So
they haven't, man.
I don't know.
but-
I mean, like maybe this kind of pushes into having some type of Mexican soccer union
well,
to kind of prevent.
they have it. They do
But it's
have it.
not. No, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Union.
association. Right. Right. Right.
But
Right.
but that yeah, but you're forgetting that it is, unfortunately, it is in Mexico. It hurts to say that, but it's in Mexico. That's not gonna happen over there. The corruption, everything that goes on there is just crazy.
It
It's
just
crazy.
takes one to start, man.
I don't I don't know, man. I think we're asking for too much right now.
You think it's
Too
wishful
optimistic.
thinking?
I think so, man. Come on, we can't even do. I don't want to talk about politics, but we can't even do the politicians, and we're asking them for soccer now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's. I understand where you're coming from, Super, because it is going to be really difficult. At the end of the day, ultimately, money is what's going to win the war. Whoever
Right.
is willing to either shell out the most money or lose the most money, really, right? Because that's what it comes down to. It's the bottom line. How much money are the owners making? How much money are the promotores making? How much money are the televisoras making? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
So
there's
it's all a bottom line, So hey, Sebastian, I'm glad that you were able to get in your final thoughts, man. We really appreciate you taking your time, dude. And good luck to
Oh yeah, man. Thank you for having us.
yeah, good luck to you and Tigres, and hopefully this isn't something that ends up just biting them in the butt like the rest of the season, because I can definitely see the backlash continuing, especially if they go on the road or when they go on the road, from other teams,
Oh yeah. I mean, I when I saw the way the schedule was lined up, and I already was prepared. I was like, whatever happens, there's going to be backlash. Whether Tigres wins, whether they tie it, whether they lose on purpose. Like, I mean, they were going to lose on purpose, but I'm saying like whatever the outcome was, nobody was going to be happy about the situation, and it was just going to come down to it. Now it's going to come down to if Tigres gets in because a couple 1 point or 2 point, well, like, will this game kind of people will bring it back and they won't forget. So
Yeah,
I mean, at
absolutely.
the end of the day, you got to just Tigres they went to Veracruz to do what they needed to do and was to win the game, whether it was not in the most quote unquote honest or respectful way. Like that's
Yeah,
what it came down to. So,
yeah.
but,
All right,
all right. Well, thank you for having me, guys.
all right, Sebastian, take care, brother.
All
All
right,
right,
you
so
too.
that was Sebastian Falcon. He is our ETO contributor. He covers Tigres on a regular basis and a bunch of other things for us here at 3 Online. Hey, Luis, so now we were going to be talking about or wrapping up as far as our conversation of Liga MX, talking about the other dark incident that happened there. And again, I was saying this earlier as I was cutting the video and I was watching all these images. I somebody very close to me asked me earlier today about what I feel, when I see those images. And I was, I had to think about it for a second. I had to think about it because there's a bunch of different emotions that just go inside of me for many different reasons, and I ultimately thought anger was probably the biggest one. I was angry because, as I mentioned to you, when you see people fighting like that, and then you see them like calling themselves all kinds of crazy names, you know what I mean? Se mentaban la madre, and they were just like, mátalo, and saying all kinds of crap. And it's like, dude, really? Like, do you really? I mean, I get it, dude. Like, I've been angry. I know what it's like to be angry, and I know what it's like to want to beat somebody up, or running away from somebody that's trying to beat me up. But I mean, I don't know. It just I was just really upset that you know it just makes us look bad, man.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
does. At the end of the day, no nos hace mirar como animales. We look like freaking
Well,
criminals,
they
dude.
are, dude. They are. And we cannot let these people, you know, stain everything else because you know ourselves, you and me are fans also, and we like to go and see these games live, and we don't want to be judged just because, oh, a bunch of like pandilleros were doing that, because that's basically what they are, They're, like I said, it's just dudes that they don't have a care in the world, and they don't care if, because ultimately they could die there. If all it takes is a crazy guy over there, because they were throwing bottles. Dude.
Yeah.
It was they had sticks. They had sticks. Dude. How the hell do you, you? That's what I was just gonna say. Where the hell? Who let you bring like wood sticks or whatever the heck they were using into the stands?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to see like all those weapons and and all kinds of crap. Well, like you guys are both right. Like I'm just curious, where do they get them? I mean, but then again, it's like come on, dude. It's all the connections, and obviously like somebody's looking. You know what? I was actually really shocked to. Well, not shocked, but I was kind of surprised to hear that, and maybe it is true. I mean, I didn't watch the game. I mean, I've only read a bunch of different reports, but so it turns out that the nobody got killed, but at least 10 people were sent to the hospital. At least 10, and then also there was like about 20 private vehicles that were burned and then also or damaged, 10 police cars and a couple of security cars. But all in all, considering the images, it wasn't as bad. Many people could have gotten killed, man. I mean, like I saw one of those videos, and a guy like was getting, he was just getting so beat up. He was already unconscious, and people were still like hitting him with the sticks, and were like stomping on him. And I was just like, man, like how did that guy not die?
And it's like when you see someone like that, why are you still hitting him, dude?
Exactly. Yeah. It's
like what's the purpose? Why do you want to kill another person
and over a game, dude.
over something stupid?
Yeah. I mean, I know. Hey,
but let me just say this one.
mm.
It was the Querétaro fans. That's what sucks too. It was not the local fans. It was
but that's what they were saying. But like, I mean, is there proof that it was them?
Dude,
that they started everything?
Well, I don't know if they started.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know if they started.
So the police is saying the same thing, and that's what I didn't want to say. They're bringing up that it was the Querétaro fans.
But you can see them with the jerseys.
No, yeah.
It's like, dude, it's just go. I mean, go ahead, Luis.
Totally beat up, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just yeah, very unfortunate what happened, and they gotta stop this. Definitely, the Liga has to put their foot down, and just add more security. I mean, come on, it's how hard it is to get more security. You're making all kinds of money, dude. It's just just you gotta make sure the people that come and see these games are safe. I mean, it's just crazy, dude.
Yeah. Hey,
Crazy.
I think that I was finally able to connect with Luis Perez. So let me go ahead and try this. Hey, Luis, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. What's up?
What's up, brother?
Luis.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How about you guys?
All right, all right. Hey, dude. So, it's been quite the day, quite the podcast, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of negative things to talk about, unfortunately. So thanks for joining us. For these last several minutes, man. But actually, you know what? Before we let you give, your initial and final thoughts at the same time. Hey, Louis, do you have anything else you want to add? Awesome, man. And then really quick, your prediction for LAFC versus LA Galaxy.
You forgot about that. Nice, nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and LAFC is definitely not going to forgive as much as Minnesota did. Awesome, Lewis. Thank you very much for your time, dude. We really appreciate you having joined the ETO podcast today, dude. Uh, all right. So that was Luis Bravo. So now let's go back to Luis Perez. So Luis, let's talk. Give us your thoughts really quick about Liga MX, man. I mean, we have about what, like maybe 10 minutes here to go. Um, So give me your thoughts, man. Tell me what you made of this
This week.
horrendous weekend, man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just to say the least. I think the big thing was the Veracruz Tigres. I know everybody's given their 2 cents. Was not only the miscommunication, but I think it has something to do with um, the media in a way, giving so much attention to that. I think the when I saw it, um, Twitter, Instagram, everything was popping with how could Tigres do this, Tigres that, and all they did was take away from the main point of the protest, which was these guys aren't getting paid, which kind of got swept under the rug because of the Tigres controversy. There was very few people speaking out about it, like, hey, I mean, yeah, maybe we miscommunicated, we did this, we did that, but I mean, these guys still don't have any money in their accounts.
Right.
And it really didn't get solved, and everything just got put on Tigres, which I thought was a bit unfair. I mean, all in all, even though everybody's a player, I mean, you expect them to have solidarity with each other. I mean, they're still getting paid to do a job,
Right.
and that's why. Even if it was an error, I saw what Guignac put. Like I was just trying to kick it out, but I mean, you already had a goal in the net, and it's just one of those things where personally, I don't fault Tigres. I mean, they're there for the 3 points. They're there. to still try and get a better place in the Liguilla. It's unfortunate what's going on with Veracruz, but I just think that everybody's using Tigres as a scapegoat and not talking about the real subject, which is what they're going to do with this guy who, I mean, ever since Veracruz came back to Liga MX, it's been one controversy or one issue after another, and nothing seems to be done because at the end of the season, he just keeps paying the federation, and they keep letting them do whatever he wants.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. I think that they have to have some kind of requirements or stricter requirements for ownership. Right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Super?
I don't know, man. Again, it's crazy over there. It's too much. The corruption. I don't know. How can we end this?
Yeah. And then obviously the other thing that we want to ask you about, Luis, is the other side, the other horrendous incident that happened at San Luis. What did you make of that?
I mean, it sucks. Me as I think maybe Super could relate to this as not only a soccer fan but a family man. I mean, I can't wait for the day to take my daughters to a game. We don't have like I said, a pro team here in El Paso. We have the semi, I guess like the Ascenso League version of the MLS here with the Locomotives, and I love taking my girls to the match. They enjoy it. It's a family event, and just to have some idiots ruin it for everybody. I mean, putting other people in harm. I mean, that's just not what the sport's about. That's not what anything is about. Like I said, I can't put the full blame on the ultras either, because they're all over the world, and you don't see anything like this happen anywhere else. I mean,
no, sometimes you see even worse things.
You do, you do, man.
Yeah, England. I mean, England and other places you see it outside the stadiums or at bars or things like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like
something
there's
where like.
Ultras took it out of hand, Luis. Come on, let's be real.
No,
the Ultras, remember, like, where was it recently that they did the whole...
in Argentina itself.
No, but not just Argentina, but like, the racism. They do the Hitler signs and the Nazi signs.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say the country.
Like
You know what I mean? So, like, they do the monkey chants. They do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
so, like, yeah, they may not necessarily be getting violent, like, physically, but they're doing a lot of things that are like very screwed up.
But it has happened. Just remember about I think it's in Italy where some of those porras, man, they're crazy.
No,
too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Italy, like you said, Italy and Argentina are usually like they say punto y aparte I mean, they've had games canceled before they even started because of how bad the Ultras got out there. But like I said, it's one of the outside these stadiums thing. Like, I mean, we could relate it to say the MLS right now, which is one of the topics that I know you guys hit up on, and we've been trying to cover a little bit more. I mean, when do you see that happening in an MLS game or Premier League game or even in Spain? I mean,
right.
They do have the racist chants and stuff like that, but as far as getting violent and invading a field, I mean, it's unfortunately there's no easy answer as to how to stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get strict with the way people are getting in, what they can and can't sneak in, but there's always a way for them to get in.
Yeah.
It could have turned into an airport situation here in the U.S. Like, to travel now, you have to go through 6 different steps just to get in.
Yeah.
It's going to turn into something bothersome. But I mean, honestly, the owners, I guess it comes back to the owners again. They're not going to make a change or an investment in security until it hurts them. I mean, you could say you're going to veto the stadium, but that's just not a lot of income that they're going to lose because most of the income is already made. I'd say hit them there where it hurts. Maybe, I don't know, hit them in the points, especially with San Luis fighting to stay in Primera División. You hit them with like a 6-point deduction. I bet you anything that won't happen in San Luis again.
yeah, but it goes back to that a lot of these images that we've seen is Querétaro fans, and they're the visitors. So, how does that happen?
Yeah, well, maybe they need more security, man.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
so that's what. So the point is that maybe San Luis should have had more security.
They should have.
So then it is San Luis's fault as well. It's everybody's fault, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody. Querétaro fans, San Luis fans, San Luis Stadium, security, you name it. Like it's everybody's fault, man. Yeah, and of course, not everybody's there for that crap. Nobody wants to go there and see hundreds of bottles flying your direction.
Yeah.
You know,
And I was just seeing a footage of that fight. They had under the stands, there were concrete stands over there. They had cartons of
Oh yeah,
bottles.
yeah, dude. It looked like I was thinking of that movie, The House of a Flying Thousand Daggers,
Dude.
where like the bottles are like, I mean, not the bottles, but the bow and arrows are coming, and it's like, holy smokes, man! Like, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
But it was a really really tough and unfortunate situation, and we'll end up seeing like what ends up happening. If there's deep disciplinary actions, there's fines if like something happens. But
Well,
again.
They're definitely gonna beat the stadium.
Yeah.
I think at least a couple games.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation all around, and probably one of the darkest weekends that I could ever remember from Liga MX.
Yeah.
Luis, you've been a fan of Liga MX for a long time, man. What do you make of my remarks or that particular comment that I just said?
With the
Yeah.
fact that it's been one of the darkest.
Yes.
What has in recent times, I mean, unfortunately, not only Mexican soccer but international soccer has been marred with things like this, on and off. Like you said earlier, though, fortunately nobody died from this, which I guess is
Yeah.
trying to find a positive in an incredibly negative situation.
Right.
But I know not long ago, I'm pretty sure both of you remember, same thing happened at, was it the Jalisco for a Clásico?
Right.
But in this case, it was a security guard getting beat up. So
Oh
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
situations are far and in between nowadays, which is a little bit better. But I mean, it still sucks that it happens, and I think it sucks even more that we only talk about it when it happens. Like in a few weeks,
We'll forget about
depending
it.
on how the sanctions go. Yeah, we'll forget about it and start when the next season starts. There's not going to be any new implementations or rules to make sure everybody's safe when they go.
Right. Well, in any case, I think that changes need to come, and ultimately changes will end up happening. Luis, you have final thoughts for today?
I know, like you said, the only thing that's going to come up is to move on. Look forward to next week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to listen in on most of the comments, but real quick, how crazy were those MLS playoffs, man?
Oh man, yeah.
I was trying to get a score tally right now. I don't think I've ever seen that many goals in the first round
Yeah,
of
it was nuts.
anything.
It was nuts.
And now we have El Tráfico to look forward to,
Oof.
so I look forward to that and seeing how the rest of the playoffs go. And like I said, looking forward to this week in Liga MX, see when those sanctions are going to drop for
Yeah.
Querétaro and San Luis, and see how Tigres decides to move on, and especially that Veracruz situation, see if hopefully something good happens there and the players wind up getting their money.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again for joining us today, man. And Super, you got about 20 seconds to give me your final thoughts, man.
Well, just it's simple, man. Let's just looking forward to El Tráfico. What else can we ask for?
That's it. Pretty straightforward, right? All right. So that pretty much sums it up for today. Super.
All right.
Another exciting show, man.
Oh yes.
There it is. Time to say goodbye.
I like that sound, man.
Like the track?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I gotta get the name of the author and give him some props.
There
Right?
you
Free
go.
music. Thanks for YouTube. So on behalf of Super Mojado, Luis Perez, Luis Bravo, Sebastian Falcon, I'm Joe Rodriguez. Thanks for tuning in to the Eto Podcast. This was episode number 23. Till next time. All right. Hey, Luis, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right. So, dude, I have no idea what the fuck happened, man.